Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to week 2 of the NFL season, the week 2 of the Carolina Panthers. Welcome to Pantherology. Guys, we have made it to week 2. We are alive, we are well, and we are ready for some more football. Now, before we get into the week 2 preview, the Carolina Panthers versus Tampa Bay, I need y'all to go ahead and pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, comment down below. Y'all know what to do, Panther Nation, and all my Pantherologists. Y'all know what to do. Keep support, keep subscribing, keep liking, and I'll keep putting raw content out for you. All right, so Carolina's is in Tampa Bay, 0-1. Tampa Bay is 0-1. Kickoff is at 1 p.m., and this is the first time that Carolina is on the road in 2020. And, of course, we're heading down to Tampa Bay to play against Tom Brady and those nasty Buccaneers. Obviously, both teams are coming off 2 disappointing losses to open up both of their seasons. But I think both teams are extremely hungry to get their first win of the year. So I think what we should expect from our offense, guys, is that I think Christian McCaffrey took a while to get going last week. And I think that we'll see a definite change in the game plan in week 2. The theme will be to get the ball into Christian McCaffrey's hands as much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have 15 or more carries in the first half alone. Carolina's offense likes to go quick, but when Tampa Bay, they may want to slow things down and keep their defense off the field as much as possible. Tight ends Ian Thomas and Chris Manshurst were nowhere to be found last week in the loss to the Raiders, and I think they will need to be more involved in this week to open things up for us. Now, this week for the Carolina Panthers defense, Carolina played the Raiders close in week 1, but it wasn't because of the defense. They were shredded in the quick passing game as Derek Carr completed 20 of 21 passes underneath. This has to be taken care of this week, especially going against Tom Brady, who is known to get the ball out of his hands quickly. There is a lot of room to improve in all 3 areas of the defense if we are all being honest here. The defensive line struggled to put pressure on Carr. The linebacker unit was nowhere to be found, and the secondary was just a disaster. Carolina will have to put more emphasis on disrupting that pocket early with a shaky Tom Brady offensive line. Don't expect them to load the box very often, since the Bucs have so many weapons that can hurt you. Here is what I expect from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. I mean, obviously they had a disappointing loss showing in week 1 as well. The Bucs offense does have a lot of firepower, though. In the first game of the Tom Brady era in Tampa Bay, the Bucs turned the ball over 3 times and allowed 3 sacks. With that being said, this offense will be clicking in no time, though. For the Panthers, they're just hoping to catch them early enough in the season to where they are still trying to figure things out themselves. Everyone talks about the aerial attack of Tampa Bay, and rightfully so. You should. However, they do have 3 solid running backs back there. You got Ronald Jones, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette. Now, Jones led the way on the ground last week with 66 yards off of 17 carries, while Leonard Fournette was shut down, getting 5 yards on 5 attempts. And then, of course, head coach Bruce Arians will likely run the ball a little bit more this week after he saw Josh Jacobs do to us on the ground. With a below-average offensive line, the Panthers really need to bring pressure from every which angle to force Tom Brady into some bad throws. When you look at the Buccaneers defense, there's not very many holes at any level of their defense. That front 7 is phenomenal. It could be one of the best front 7s in the NFL. Sue, Vita V, William Golston form a tough trio up front for sure. While that linebacker unit consists of Shaquille Barrett, Levante David, Devin White, Jason Pierre-Paul. That defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, is very creative, and he sends pressure from all over the place at times. It's hard to decipher whether the pressure will be coming from. The Panthers' offensive line will have their hands full with this group, which is why you will see Carolina trying to either get the ball out quick or take shots down the field in that man-to-man coverage. The offensive line only gave up 1 sack a week ago, but with this defense coming at us, there's not going to be a lot of time for Teddy Bridgewater to sit in the pocket and go through all of his reads. Although the Bucs did give up 34 points to the Saints, this will be a much more improved defense than last Sunday. Now I got some key players to watch out for. Here's on the offensive side of the ball for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that we need to watch out. Number one is Mike Evans. He's a big wide receiver. He can go up and catch. He's very athletic, and he can jump over dudes real quick and moss some people. Chris Godwin, that's their number one guy. He can play anywhere you put him on the field, and he just goes out there and catches the ball. I mean, he's just a stud. He's probably the one that I consider him maybe a top 3 wide receiver in the league, but that's neither here nor there. Then, of course, tight end O.J. Howard. O.J. Howard had a great game last week. And then, of course, on the defensive side of the ball, like I was talking about, that defensive lineman, Vita V. And then you got linebacker Shaquille Barrett and linebacker Devin White. So those are the key guys we need to watch out for, kind of try to match them up the best way we can to give us the best chance of winning this game. My prediction for this game, though, is unfortunately, I think that Carolina loses this game. I think that we lose 31-21, something like that. Maybe 31-24. Even though Tampa Bay didn't look great in week 1, they are in much better position right now than we are. They have a terrific defensive front, and they have depth all over at their roster. The Bucs' depth will be the difference maker in the second half, in my opinion, guys. Guys, that is my week 2 preview for the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry I'm predicting a loss. I wish we could say we win, but I am just being honest with you, living in reality. Listen, if it was any different situation, I would say we win every game. But this is a different year. This is 2020 when we are living in reality. So, guys, go ahead, pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, comment down below. And Panther Nation, keep the support up. All my Panthersologists, keep the support coming. Anything is much appreciated. And, guys, y'all know what to do. Keep your heads up. Keep pounding.